organization for giving this opportunity to speak to you on the cybersecurity aspects. So I start this by saying I don't need to emphasize on the fact that cybersecurity is very important in today's life, because knowingly, unknowingly, all of us in all spheres of life use some form of the cyberspace or the information or the technology which is being brought in through this. And it is very important for us to protect ourselves from any kind of mishappening in the cyberspace. See, now as we are going up and up, in fact the first slide shown by Mr. Prakash, where it started from Windows 95 and gone to Windows 8, you will see the number of threads or the type of threads in the first version of the Windows was only one, whereas it keeps on increasing. See, when we are trying to improve our infrastructure, applications, even the operating system, in spite of all this, still we are getting more threats. Why? Because people have realized that attacking a country through armed forces or the defense is only one way of attacking a country. You can do it or create havoc in that country by going through cyber attacks. We have seen this in many times. In fact, even if I don't go to that, it is not only harming or conquering a country where cyber attacks are happening, it's also to defame a country. We know very small things. There is a website and somebody just goes and changes one letter there or changes the color just to show that I'm superior to you, I know I can hack your portal and I can do anything I want to do. Attacking for the bank, the credit card frauds are there, but those are more serious things. I'm not talking only about that. There are also small threats. We get a lot of email attachments and innocently or by mistake, if you open them, anything can happen. Starting from just changing the page or color of my home page to going to disrupting my computer, cleaning up all the files in the system. It varies. So we should be careful, and this is not something we can ignore. At least today, we are not in a position to ignore them. So volumes of these attacks are increasing. Also the sophistication, the level of sophistication which is used by the hackers or the attackers are also increasing. So it's not always possible for us to defend ourselves, because the thief is always running faster than the police. The police can try to catch up, not necessarily all the time. So we have to, now that is why cybersecurity is now perceived as one of the most serious economic and national security challenges. And how we handle that, there has to be, like Mr. Nandan said, that we have to be working together. Not only, it is not the responsibility of the government only. The government, industry, even the private citizens who use those facilities have to also be trained and aware that this kind of threats can come from any side. That is how the ICT infrastructure and the society both have to be together to see that these threats can be prevented or mitigated. Now, what are the components of the security? There are critical IT infrastructure that we all know, but what we don't really know, the end user points, the individual desktops or electronic devices, the mobile phone. All these are carriers, like the doctor who goes to visit a patient in a hermetically sealed ICU. These are the devices through which any kind of security can come. We use a small pen through which you can get virus or worms or trojans without even knowing that we are passing it, it is passing on. Information, these are the infrastructure. But what about the information which is available in the industry? For example, the networks. Networks also can carry. The mobile networks, the telecom networks, they also can carry this kind of threats and bring it to the cyber infrastructure which is hosted in a very secure environment. So we have to plug all kind of loopholes, close the doors, but at the same time must allow access to the legitimate user. And it's quite difficult to do so. It has to be both the operators and the ICT vendors. The machine have to be secure, the communication channel has to be secure, and the way the data is passing through has to be secure. Then only we can talk about secure cyberspace. There has to be strong network management. Best practices and techniques should be used. In addition to all that, for example, we are now asked by Microsoft to upgrade or leave behind Windows XP. I can still use in Windows XP if I don't want to change. But what will happen is, if I am not willing to cooperate in this, through me, the virus and patches can come. That's why we have to protect each and every instrument or endpoint instrument which is connected to a network, so that the entire network is secure. By one mistake or by one negligence, one can cause havoc in the network or the entire infrastructure. So we have seen cases that electricity, the whole town gets shut down because there is a problem, there is an attack on the infrastructure which controls the electricity distribution point. That can happen, which normally we would not associate that why electricity has to depend on cyber attacks, but it does happen. Airports get shut down. We have seen these instances in the past. How to do that? We need to have professional manpower, and as I said, the thief is always smarter than the police. So we have to engage very smart young professionals who will be working. It is not necessary that only government should employ them. The industry also should support this cause, and it has to be a cooperation and collaboration between the two. And also, the techniques which are being designed, developed and tried by the hackers are moving very fast. So we also, to protect ourselves, have to move faster than them to catch up. How do we do that? The government has to join hands with the private sector with the common objective of securing the common cyberspace. We have to do that. There is no way we can shirk away from that responsibility. And we have to engage professionals who are trained on detecting, mitigating and also preventing the cyberspace. We have to develop indigenous technology because we don't know how long can we depend on others. India is a or at least we claim to be superpowers in IT. We should be focusing our energy to developing secure, the security applications, softwares which will mitigate our risks. We have to, that is one part, then we are securing. But what happens if you are affected by it? There must be sufficient legal framework where we can catch and then prosecute the cyber criminals. We are trying. There are a lot of people working on this, but still we have not reached the stage where we can claim that we are doing effectively. Because unless we punish and demonstrate that the country is in a position to punish the cyber criminals, we will not be able to give, we cannot protect ourselves. How we do that? To strengthen the broader cyber ecosystem, we have to provide rapid information sharing. That means if a virus is seen, detected, we must inform everybody quickly so that please do not get affected, and these are the ways to protect yourself. Enhance public-private partnership, which I am repeating again and again because that is very important. And also we have to have sufficient fund for taking these necessary steps. As you know, I come from NIC. NIC is one of the biggest government IT providers, and we have a large number of national data centers, four today, and going to add more to our kitty. Most of the government departments have their IT infrastructure housed in one of our data centers. So it is very important that NIC takes enough initiative to protect the cyberspace and protect the data information which is housed in our premises. So what we are doing? We have set up, not now, for last 10 or 15 years, we have a dedicated cybersecurity group with professionals who are continuously working on 24/7 basis to protect the network security, application security, and what they do is they detect and analyze the malwares which are affecting and try to come up with advisory. We have also deployed necessary security controls covering networks, applications, data centers and end users. And I'll tell you how we are doing it. There are network firewalls and UTMs which have been placed at the gateways so that the entire system behind and the data centers are protected. We have got intrusion prevention systems. Also, we have deployed antivirus solutions in all the bubbles and the state centers and state government departments where NIC is operating. The application firewalls protect the applications. Security information event management systems are there in place. They collect, analyze and correlate security events so that take action for future things. There is a 24/7 security operations center operating in NIC which monitors it. Also, we have contributed to the preparation of the cybersecurity policy for Government of India. We have given and it is evolving and we are continually giving our inputs so that it is brought in and kept in place. Mr. Kalsi will definitely be talking about that and we do provide support to them. Network security audit is carried out for cyber assets deployed in ministries and bhavans. Right now, as we speak today, the network security audit is going on for NKN, which is one of the biggest networks, National Knowledge Network. We also follow policies and guidelines which are being issued by CAPSEC, by MHA and other government agencies, NTRO and all this. We keep on doing it. So how we do? We continuously do technology upgradation. We conduct trainings and workshops for our users in different bhavans, ministries and states, and we tell them about what kind of viruses are there likely to come, how to protect them. Series of workshops we conduct. We try to retain the cybersecurity manpower, which is actually not as many as we like to have. Everybody tries to develop an application, but not many are trained in how to protect that, make sure that these are cybersecurity proof so that no intrusions can happen. So here I can say, I'll just give one example. One of the simplest ways how the hackers work, just try to do a denial of services attack and the entire system is shut down. In the recent elections which happened January, the assembly elections, we had November, the results came in December. So during that period we got a lot of attacks, but somehow our people were so alert. Nobody had. You must have seen the election results coming out. There was no stoppage, but there were a lot of attacks from different countries as well as from India. So for denial of service attacks were there, and we tried to prevent it. It was not effective. So I can say, touchwood, of course, the next elections are coming. I don't want to tempt the providence, but we are trying to work behind so that we protect our system. So we are talking about having a trusted resilient digital infrastructure that can withstand attacks. That's what I am trying to say, that we must have our team ready to detect and immediately take action so that the attackers cannot succeed. And due diligence has to be done to address safety in cyberspace, including both proactive as well as reactive measures. So that's all I have got to say today. Thank you very much.